Here we are at video clip number 3. This is where we look at the life wheel. If you've got your email and the attachment printed out to it, you should be able to follow me with the workbook. So this is the life wheel. This is where we decide which part of your life it is, or which parts of your life it would be most advantageous for you to have goals in. Think, you know, the part of your life where things aren't going exactly as you would like them to go. So let's have a look across at the board, and this is the life wheel. As you can see, we've got like a big wheel, strangely, and where all those lines meet, if you can imagine, that's 0. And right round the edge of this circle is a 10. So for example, with health, if you were a 0, if you gave yourself a 0, that would mean that you're dead. And if you were a 10, you would be at the best healthy point of your life ever. So what we ask you to do doesn't have to be exactly the same as mine. In fact, it won't be the same as mine. Where would you put yourself health-wise? Put a little dot there and then the number at the side of it. So I'm giving myself a 6 out of 10 on health at the moment. And then we move around the life wheel to partner. And where do you think that you are with partner? I'm going to put a 9 there. So some people may feel that they haven't got the partner of their dreams, but they're not unhappy about that. Quite a high score there to say, okay, my partner isn't there, I don't have a partner, but I'm not unhappy about it. In fact, in the partner area of my life, I've got a high score because that's exactly how I intend it to be. But there again, there might be people who have a partner and things aren't going well, and they might have a low score on there. Okay, so then we move down to vocation, and at vocation, this is the way that we earn our living, what we do as our job, and some people call it a calling. But with your vocation, where are you with that? And again, mark somewhere between 0 and 10 where you think you are with your vocation, and then come down to money. So we've separated vocation and money because you might have a great job that you really enjoy, but it's not giving you the money that you actually want. So with money, again, a score between 0 and 10. So where do you think you are at the moment with money? And mark that on there and put the number at the side. With personal development, that's kind of like goal setting and how you're going to achieve the things that you want to achieve in your life. Do you go on courses with work, or are you reading books, or are you doing an open university degree? What is it? With personal development, where do you think you are with that? So mark that onto your life wheel. And then we come to family and friends. Some people want to split this into 2 separate lines. I'm going to keep it together. So where are you at with family and friends? How happy are you in your life with family and friends? So again, mark it on the life wheel, and then we move around to spiritual. And on spiritual, this is, a lot of people ask me, what do you mean by spiritual? Well, spiritual is whatever you think it is in your life. So it might be organised religion, it might be going to church, or it might be just going for a walk in the country and communing with nature in that way. So where do you think you are with the spiritual side of your life? And then finally, emotional, at the top of the board here. Emotional is how happy are you with your life? Okay, so we mark that on. So wherever you've got with those markings, what we're going to do now is join up those dots. So this becomes the life wheel. Okay, as you can see, it's not very round and it's a bit deflated. So the purpose of life coaching is to take all these scores nearer to the 10, and that's what we do through the course of 13 sessions. We take you from where you are to where you'd like to be. And some people don't think that you can have a 10, so we want to take you to a 9 or a 9.5 if you don't think that perfection's possible. So it's now down to you. When you look at your own life wheel, not this one that I've done, which do you think is the most important area for you to work on right now, to have a goal in, to work towards? Now it might be that you're going to go for a low score and say that's going to be exactly where I need to work. But there again, some people have got a low score in certain areas because they're not really that worried about it. But I'm going to put my number one as health. That's something that I want to work on personally, okay? And then we're going to have a look and see, there are two other lower scores here, and I think in my case I'm just going to work on those low scores. You don't have to, you've got to decide which it is that you want to work with, which of these life areas. And then we've got a quote from Robert Louis Stevenson, who said that we live in an ascending scale when we live happily, one thing leading to another in an endless series. So basically what that means is, if you work on the life wheel areas that you've chosen, then it will have a knock-on effect. It's not 8 or 9 different people if you're taking family and friends to be two separate areas on the life wheel. It's not 8 or 9 different people here, it's one person with all these life wheel areas. So if you work on these 3 that you've chosen, my 3 are health and money and spiritual, if you work on those areas, then it will have an effect on everything else that's happening. So thanks for watching video number 3. Video 4 will follow shortly once you've clicked on that link again. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.